that Jesus is the light. And he is certainly the light of this world. We are grateful to God to be in this Christmastide season. Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. I pray that it was beautiful and fruitful. I pray that you found rest. I pray that you ate some good food. And I pray that it will continue to be a season of joy and a season of peace. We have heard for our hearing the Gospel according to Luke, chapter 2, verses 22 through 40 is our focus. And the baby has been born. Baby Jesus has come into the world. Mary has undergone birthing pains, and the baby is born. People came from miles around to see the newborn king. The baby is born. Born in the manger, wrapped in swaddling clothes, the baby is born. They came to see him because of the star in the sky. They came to see him, to see the newborn king, because this king will give salvation for the suffering people of Israel. The baby has been born. The baby has been born. Angels in heaven rejoice at the coming of this baby. Joseph is sitting at the side of Mary. They're in a stable. The baby has been born. And when the baby has been born, 8 days from the birth, per the law of Moses, Mary and Joseph takes the baby to the temple in order for him to be dedicated back to God and for Mary to be purified per the law of Moses. The baby is born. The new baby is born. When Jesus goes to this temple, per the law of Moses, he is greeted alongside his parents by two individuals, Simeon and Anna. They had been waiting for this moment. They had been waiting all of their lives for this moment. They had waited through the loss of loved ones. They waited through the destruction of the temple the first time. They waited when imperial forces plundered their city and attacked their loved ones, attacked their friends, raped and caused distress all around. down, but they continued to wait. They've been waiting. They waited when all hell had broken loose and sickness in the land and plagues through the land. They waited. Throughout all of life's cares, ups and downs, triumphs and miseries, they waited for this moment. For this moment. How many of us wait for what God has planned for us? And sometimes when we wait for what God has planned for us, the waiting gets weary. Sometimes God has promised us that God will send us a partner. And we wait. And keep on waiting. To no avail, you're out in the dating pool and it's filled with things not conducive to this moment. You wait. God promised you that God will send a healing for your sickness. You heard it in the chambers of your mind that you will be healed and restored to your right self. And you just keep waiting. But yet medicine still doesn't work and the pain continues to become too much to bear, and you still wait. Maybe God said that you will be parent, that you will be able to love on a child of your own. Yet you're getting up there in your age. It feels like that is not possible. You keep waiting. Waiting can bring you to your knees. Waiting is hard. Waiting can sometimes seem futile. Because when you wait and all of the evidence says that what had been promised to you, what God had said to you in the embers of your mind, the chambers of your mind, the evidence seems like it's not going to happen. What do you do when waiting gets too much? Beloved, I would argue that in this passage of Scripture, Anna and Simeon had been waiting a long time. They had become elders in age. They had become seasoned. They had seen so much happening in their lives, and what God had promised about the salvation of their people, the redemption of their people, the person that would come and save their people from the empires of society. They waited for that. They waited for it over and over and over again. That it had finally come. And though it was a baby, though this baby had not done anything, though this baby had not performed a miracle, though this baby had not healed the sick, though this baby had not given sight to the blind, they knew because they had been tapped into the Spirit of God. See, let me tell you about waiting. When you wait alongside the Spirit, you will not become intoxicated with the things of this world. When you wait alongside the Spirit, you will be able to see the evidence of disaster and look through it and say that, yes, for God I live and for God I'll die. Yes, I see that there is pain around. Yes, I see that there is destruction all around. Yes, I see that there is pain in my body. Yes, I see that I don't have a partner. Yes, I see that I'm losing loved ones left and right. But God said that He will give me what I needed for this day. Waiting alongside the Spirit, beloved, is a gift that will give us relief when we don't have the evidence for hope. The Spirit of God makes no sense because when Simeon saw Jesus in this baby, he saw the salvation of the Lord. When Simeon and Anna saw this baby, they saw liberation for all of humankind. Hope, beloved, comes in unexpected packages. But in order for you to acknowledge and see the object of hope, the source of hope, you must be tuned into the Spirit. See, Simeon and Anna decided to spend all of their years in the midst of all the things going on, focused on God. See, Anna, for 84 years plus, spent time, even after being a widow, dwelling in the secret place of the Most High. She was fasting. She was praying. She was continually singing the hymns of old, singing the hymns of the church, singing the hymns, singing, my soul magnify the Lord, singing, come thou fount of every blessing, singing, my eyes have seen the coming of the glory of the Lord. She had been dwelling in the secret place. She had been praying and fasting and tarrying after the Lord for all these years. So even though the things of this world were so much to bear, though she had been faced with sickness, though she had been faced with loved ones going away, though she had been faced with so much disaster, she was focused on God. See, that is what we are called to do. We're called to focus our attention on God. Yes, there are many distractions. Yes, there are many things around us that can cause us to be distracted. There are many things that could cause us to become weary in well-doing. There are many things that will cause us to feel weary, to feel alone, to feel distressed, to feel anxious. But we gotta keep our eyes on God. And when we keep our eyes on God, when we continually pray and fast, when we continue to dwell in the temple, when we continue to put our focus on the Spirit and allow the Spirit to be our guide, to allow the Spirit to be our joy, to allow the Spirit to be our compass, to allow the Spirit to be our roadmap, then we will be able to look at a baby and see that this baby is our salvation. When Jesus came, though he was a baby, they saw that Jesus was the coming of light. They saw Jesus as the one who would give them relief from their cares. When they saw Jesus, they saw peace for their weary state. When they saw Jesus, they saw peace in the midst of distress. The baby has been born. The baby is yet still a baby. But we know through the Spirit of God that through this baby we will have what we need. When Jesus comes, Jesus will give us evidence that God will save. See, that's what Jesus means. That's what the name Jesus means. God saves. See, we don't need the baby to be in full stature. With acknowledgement of this baby, we recognize that God saves us, that God will redeem us, that God will give us hope, that God will save us from our infirmities. God will save us from the evil one. God will save us from what we are struggling to ascertain. God will save us. That is what it means when we look at the baby. Anna and Simeon saw that God had never slacked on his promise, that God did exactly what he said he will do, that God will save. When Jesus comes, Jesus brings hope. When Jesus comes, Jesus will give us light in dim places. When Jesus comes, Jesus will cause those proud to fall and those meek to rise. See, Simeon saw it. Simeon saw that he will bring down those who are high in places, that he will bring those who are low up into the pedestal. Jesus will bring us into salvation. When Jesus comes, Jesus will give comfort for the suffering and convict the perpetrator. When Jesus comes, Jesus will give rest for the weary and he will save those who are tormented. Jesus coming gives us hope. What do you need Jesus to be today? What do you need Jesus to be? Do you need Jesus to be a healer? Expect it. Do you need Jesus to be a mind regulator? Expect it. Do you need Jesus to be a company keeper? Expect it. Do you need Jesus to be a friend? Expect it. For when Jesus comes, Jesus will give you exactly what you need. For Jesus coming will give us hope. Jesus coming will give us a friend. Jesus coming will give us healing. Jesus coming will give us salvation. And we will not be the same. For we can say, just as Simeon said, you can dismiss your servant in peace, according to your word. For my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the presence of all peoples, a light for revelation to the Gentiles, and for the glory to your people, Israel. When Jesus comes, the glory of God will be revealed. So today, I am challenging you. Will you allow Jesus to come into your hearts and to grow in stature within you so that you can